Hello, my name is Vandana Shah. This is my project on network intrusion detection system or NIDS. I use two virtual machines. The first one is the attacker machine running Kali Linux, and the other one is the victim running Kali Linux with the Snort installed. Both are on bridge network with the static IPS. I run the victim machine first. Take the terminal. For root privilege, I use sudo su. Okay. First, I did the checking of the network interface. On the victim machine, I first check my network interface name. I know about the IP address, that is 192.168.1.9. Okay, the command which I used is ifconfig. Okay, the next step is update and upgrade of this node. That is sudo. The command which is sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade -y. Okay. The next which I did is the installing of Snort. That is sudo apt install snort -y. For confirmation of the installation, next we can verify the version. That is snort -v. The version is 3. The next step is the config snort homenet. That is, next I set my homenet in snort configuration file. The command is sudo space nano space slash etc slash snort slash snort dot lua. Oh, here inside the file I make sure the lines are set. That is homenet is equal to 192.168.1.0 by 24 and the homenet equal to any. That is I set this to and enter. I mean save and exit. Next is create local rules. Now I create a custom rule file to add all my detections. The command which is used is sudo space nano space slash etc slash snort slash rules slash local dot rules and add nmap scan detection rules inside local rules. I first add rule for nmap scan. I did this exactly. Actually, alert TCP any homenet any flaggers MST nmap since scan detected SID 1501 REV1. First I did the F flaggers and the second is flag F and the third is flag U. This three I type manually. Then I save and exit. The next is the start snort with these rules. I now run snort with my custom rule files. Run victim file as sudo snort -c slash etc snort dot lua minus a slash etc snort rules slash local dot rules minus I etho. Instead of etho you can use your interface minus a alert underscore fast enter and move to the attacker machine. Take the terminal. Again sudo su for root privilege. Then I use on the attacker machine, I first run the sin scan. The command is nmap minus s caps s and the IP address of the victim machine and enter. It will take a while. Okay. Here we can see that the 21 TCP open FTP and the 22 TCP open SSH and the MAC address. Okay. Now we can move to the victim machine. Yeah, it alerts. Nmap scan detected. This note is alerting that someone is checking our Nmap scan. Okay. The next step we are going to do is the fin scan detection. Here, the same rule is used and run the rule here and move to the victim machine. Attacker machine. Instead of caps S, we can use caps F and the IP address of the victim machine. Enter. Here also same. FTP, SSH, TCP open. MAC address is visible. There in victim nmap fin scan detected. It is also alerting fin scan detection. Control C. Wait a sec. Okay. Again run the rule. Move to the attacker machine and run for checking SMS scan. Instead of F, we can use caps S. X. Enter. Port is open. MAC address is visible. Here, yeah, nmap scan is detected. Nmap SMS attack is detected. See. Okay. It's alerting that. The next is add brute force detection rules. Again, move to the local rule addition sudo space nano slash etc snort slash rules slash local dot rules enter. Here we can add this thing SSH brute force attempt detected and the FTP brute force attempt detected. Enter and exit. Next. Again, okay. First, the next step we have to enable the SSH and FTP on victim. Then only we can get the alert. Okay. So we need the command is first we have to install. If it is not in the Linux, we can install it. Sudo apt install open ssh minus server minus y enter. Then we can start sudo system ctl start ssh enter. Next we can enable this thing sudo system ctcl enable ssh enter. Okay. Then on the attacker machine, I make a password list. Move to the attacker machine. I add the password is echo echo space minus e, this one, password 123 slash n-admin slash n-root slash n12345 slash nqwrty pass.txt, enter. Then I run Hydra to simulate SSH brute force test. Okay. Hydra is the tool which is used to identify the brute force detection. I mean the SSH detection. Okay. Here we can use Hydra SSH. Okay. SSH Hydra minus L test user minus p pass dot tst ssh double colon slash. Then we can add our victim IP here and enter. Okay. Victim. Oof, sorry. I forgot to run this thing. Okay, we can run this rule. Sudo snort minus c slash etc snort slash snort dot lua minus r etc snort rules slash local dot rules minus I etho minus a alert first. Enter. Run this and here run this rule and move to the attacker machine and use and enter this thing Hydra. Okay, now we can check. Yeah, SSH brute force attempt detected. The attacker machine is showing many SSH configuration limit the number parallel task. It's recommended to reduce the task. Data attack SSH 1.2. 1 of 1 target completed. Okay. Next we are going to do is FTP. Oh, FTP brute force. We need to install the FTP in victim machine. The command is sudo apt install minus y bsftpd. Enter. Okay. Then we can start the FTP. That is, the command is sudo space system ctl start bs ftpd. Okay. Then we can enable the FTP system enable bsftpd. Enter. Okay. Run this node with the command to identify. This will alert the victim machine. Okay. Move to the attacker machine. The tool is Hydra -L. Instead of SSH, use FTP and the IP address of the victim machine. Enter. Then check the victim machine. FTP brute force says brute force attempt is detected. It is alerting. Okay. Finally, we are going to do is the add malware beacon rule. First, we have to add the rule in local rule sudo space nano space slash etc slash not rules local dot rules. Enter the last one alert TCP any homenet any MST malware CT traffic detector conduct malware beacon. This I enter and save and exit. Then on the attacker, I create the fake beacon payload. Okay, we can move to the attacker mission and on the attacker create a fake beacon payload. That is ECHO minus N malware beacon.txt. Enter. Okay. Next, we can run the victim mission for alert, for getting the alert. Enter. Here we are using the tool is HPIN. HPIN 3 minus C 1 minus T20 file beacon.txt 81.190. This is the IP address of the victim machine. Enter. Okay. I send the payload repeatedly using HPIN. We can use two or three times the same thing. Okay. Now we can go and check the victim machine. Okay. We can do some more times. Yeah. Malware C2 traffic detected. The snow detected malware beacon traffic. Okay. Okay. The result is snow detected fin and ESMA scan. Snow detected brute force attempt on SSH and FTP. Snow detected simulate malware beacon. All custom rule worked successfully. Okay, my conclusion is this project shows how Snort can detect a network intrusion. I learned how to configure Snort, write rules, simulate attacks, and analyze alert. Snort is powerful, open source security. Thank you for watching my project.